We're joined now by our chief political correspondent, Tom Clark, in Ottawa. Tom, what kind of legacy does Ralph Klein leave this country?
Sophie, I think it's fair to say that his legacy is as colorful and controversial as the man himself. You know, Klein was the very embodiment of the New West and made the rest of the country pay attention. Now, as has been noted earlier in our other reports, his manner, his direct, plain-spoken way made him stand out from the other politicians of his time. He wasn't afraid of a fight, as we know. He never shied away from controversy. In other words, Ottawa, particularly Jean Chrétien, the federal government, knew that there was no intimidating Ralph Klein because he wouldn't put up with it. And as much as he represented a new and confident Alberta, he also showed the way for many conservatives because his push for ever smaller government resulted in the elimination of the debt, as controversial as that was and continues to be. But nevertheless, he paved the way for federal conservatives because he demonstrated that it could be done with conservative principles. But I think above all else, Sophie, Klein was a real pragmatist. You know, he got his way because for him, all options were open, and at times they were contradictory. I'm thinking, for example, cutting health care but paying nurses the highest wages in Canada at the time. But Ottawa will always remember him as the street fighter from and for Alberta, and that's not an insignificant legacy, I think.
All right, thanks for that. Tom Clark for us in Ottawa tonight.